And good morning from a Disney day. Are you guys ready to go to Disneyland?
Yeah.
You're wearing the uniforms. I think you're ready. All right, let's go to Disney. Disneyland. All right. Walking over to Disneyland. We're only spending one day here. It's just a stop over on the way to visit my sister and my brother in Northern California. But you know what? One day at Disneyland is better than no day at Disneyland. Am I right, guys?
Right?
Right? No? All right. I guess they want to go back to the hotel and not go to Disneyland. Actually, Charlie doesn't care about Disneyland. He wants to see the train engine. There's a train. Daddy, there's a train. I see the train engine. Let's head on over. I'm dancing on the inside. I'm dancing on the inside.
Nope, you have to walk.
That was like the longest we've ever waited in the check line. But it's also the first time we weren't crazy early or coming here a little bit later. So I guess we got a taste of what it's be to be a regular time.
When there's a lot of people who are not.
That too. When you go through the check-ins at Disney, just make sure if you're like me, I have all the stuff in my pocket. I put it in my hat, put it on the table and go. Dana brings a little bag.
Whatever bag you bring, open up all the pockets.
Don't be that person. Guys, we've made it to Disneyland. All right, you guys excited? What are we doing first? Well, I know what I'm doing first because I haven't done it for a couple years. What's my thing I've always done as soon as we get here? Except for the last couple years where we couldn't really. I walk in, I take a second, I take a big deep breath because it is the most amount of time before we leave to go home. So this is actually one of my personal favorites, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. As a historian, and more importantly, Walt Disney as a historian and a fan of Americana, I always think it's one of the coolest things to go look at because, you know, it was a pivotal time in our country, and I love that it's captured here on Main Street, USA. This feels like every small town I would go to in the Midwest and where my family comes from in Colorado. I don't know why, but this is the saddest thing I've ever seen at Disneyland. Just a solitary shoe on the trash can. Oh, the Matterhorn. Charlie, it's the Matterhorn. But we're gonna go ride Alice right now, okay? Always a fun ride that we don't ride nearly often enough. Just a fun little adventure through Wonderland. What's next, guys?
He wants to ride
The teacups. You know what? Daddy will even ride it with you. So normally I don't do the teacups because of some head issues. I had a tumor a couple years ago that caused me to have severe vertigo attacks and has completely messed with my balance and everything else since then. So I'm still prone to having these attacks, but you know what? I never ride this with the kids. I want to have a Disney moment with them. So teacup time. I'm already regretting this. Charlie, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah? Henry, are you ready?
Yeah.
Mama, are you ready?
Yeah.
This was a mistake. I regret my decisions. Well, I'm good for another 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. Good for 10 years. Well, when you have small people at Disneyland, I think we should ride It's a Small World. What do you think?
Hotel.
A Small World Hotel? That'd be kind of cool if it was a hotel. And we don't know what it says about us as parents, but our kids are both obsessed with hotels. Anytime we see a building over 3 stories, Mom, Dad, hotel! I think we've stayed in too many hotels.
Probably.
Ooh, no wait. I will take that. I'd be lying if I said this was my favorite ride in the world, but my little one, it might be his favorite ride in the world.
Bye, train.
Bye, train. I would totally get one of these for my front lawn. I swear it. Yeah, It's a Small World is actually the little known 10th ring of Dante's Inferno. Alright, Toontown is under refurbishment right now. I'm really excited. You're going to get Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which we actually rode in Florida. It's an awesome ride. However, we didn't get the full experience because we rode it right in the midst of the pandemic, right after they opened. So it was an abbreviated version of the ride. But when it comes here to Toontown, our local park, well, local, 500 miles away, we'll be one of the first people here, I think. Can't wait to ride it. I think it's always been a missed opportunity over there. Ever since it really originally opened, they haven't done a whole lot to change. I mean, Roger Rabbit's been pretty much the only ride over there besides Gadget's Go Coaster. But no, we'll see. I think it's a really good opportunity to expand. I really do hope they build a pathway over to Galaxy's Edge because it's always felt really isolated over there. Already off to a good morning. We got 3 rides under our belt in less than an hour, mostly for the kids. Now we're gonna do something the adults want to do.
Food.
Breakfast. So heading over to Galaxy's Edge to grab a Ronto wrap, which I think is both of our favorite things for breakfast in the park. Well, seeing that we're Disneyland-like people and kind of Disney, well, junkies, we just saw our first quasi-celebrity today. The lady from Getaway Today and all their ads and advertisements, which is actually a service we use every single time we come, except the last couple we bought Magic Keys this time. And with most hotels we like to stay at, you have to buy the tickets as well through Getaway Today.
Sorry.
So, but hey, it was like, hey, that was the lady from Getaway Today. And she's wearing the Getaway Today t-shirt. Unless she's a person who wears the band that she's going to see, it's most likely her. All right, on to Galaxy's Edge. All right, it's time for a breakfast that's out of this world. Come on now. Maybe there was a dad joke coming at some point. That's what I do. Well, that was quick. Is there any better way to eat breakfast than with Millennium Falcon? Well, fun fact, we're almost 40. I'm 12 years old right now, and I love every minute of it. We've seen pretty much all the characters except for Mickey at this point. We ran into Chewie, we ran into Ray. We went on 3 rides, had a good breakfast, and
We saw Peter Pan.
we saw Peter Pan.
I saw
which
Wendy.
Charlie's totally a little Peter Pan. When I saw that gingy hair, I was like, oh, Charlie's got my red hair from when I was little. He's a little Peter Pan. I know, but I agree. Like, what places can we go from traveling around the world to riding in a teacup with Alice to eating breakfast right in front of the Millennium Falcon and on our way to riding a honey pot to see Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah. I love Disney.
Me too. And what is a good breakfast at Disneyland without a breakfast cupcake? We're heading back down Main Street to go catch the Disneyland Railroad. The reason we're not catching the rails, we were just in New Orleans Square, is New Orleans Square is actually probably the busiest place to try to get on there. Because the first stops, nobody ever really gets off. So we're heading down to the main hub here on Main Street because chances are we can get on almost right away. What are we gonna ride?
Hey.
A train? Charlie, what are we on?
Yeah.
Charlie, are you happy? Why are you happy? My favorite beverage in the park, the mint julep. Ooh, my wife's smart. She brought metal straws.
Ah, Charlie.
And they got bubbles. Banana flavored beignets.
Really
Yay or
good.
nay? You like them?
I
Alright, let's try this. I love beignets and I love bananas. This worked out well. What'd you say? Alright, Dana has some words to live by. What is that?
Bubbles just make everything better.
That's true. Fun fact, where Doritos were invented. Leaving Frontierland, heading to Tomorrowland. I forgot to mention this earlier. Smartest thing Disney's ever done is flattening these sidewalks for the strollers. And it's always a pain trying to navigate through those and find little dip downs to get our stroller up and down. Now it's all the same level. Hopefully they do that through the rest of the park in a lot of these areas that have curbs. If there's any point of criticism I would have or advice I could offer to Disney is, I know it's a pain. I know it's a giant undertaking. But Tomorrowland definitely needs like a refurb or reimagining at least. But I know with all the building structures and the code stuff that's changed since then, it's almost impossible to either put back in the people mover or change the people mover out for something. But I don't know, there's something that really needs to be done in Tomorrowland to get it more updated, make it feel like a futuristic land again. Right now it's fun and ironic because most of it's the stuff of tomorrow is now the stuff of yesterday. But you know, somehow they can get the building code stuff and inspections to get passed where they can do like the people mover again. I know I'd be here the next day. Don't forget. Very important. Are you having fun? What's been your favorite part so far?
Watching the boys play at the bubbles.
I think that's a lot of people in the park's favorite part. A lot of people came over and played with them, adults and children alike. I'm a sucker for the sippers. I am. It's like my collectible I like to get here. I'm super excited to try the burrito sandwich. Truth be told, probably not the smartest thing to get on a warm day is a hot burrito sandwich, but you know, when in Rome. Nothing. Oh, it's not all the way through. It's good. It's not like 6th Avenue or 4th Avenue back home, but it's good. Even the bathrooms are magical. Alright. Heading back to the hotel for a little while, about the halfway point through the day. Just like when we talk about going to comic conventions and other things like that, take breaks. Don't think you have to spend the whole day there, because you will burn yourselves out and you will grow to resent each other. We were unhappy with each other. So take breaks, go rest, relax. I know Disney costs a lot of money to be at, and trust me, I know. But don't hang out all day at the expense of, you know, breaking your backs. Go rest, relax, come back at the end of the night, and chances are a lot of people will be burned down and go home early. You'll have the park to yourselves. All right, after a break, we're heading back to the park because everybody took naps and got well rested. Oh wait, no, they didn't take naps at all, and they were just being rambunctious and got yelled at a lot. So naturally, when you yell at your kids, you take them back to Disneyland. Question, does this flight have an in-flight meal? Oh, it does? I just have to go pick it up at Docking Bay 7. Anybody else notice the ship up here kind of looks like Dock Andar? Alright, our first experience with Docking Bay 7. I am hungry and this looks delicious.
Look at Charlie. Charlie, get up.
That was awesome. My chicken, not so much. I've heard great things about it. It's just not for me. I'd rather have the chicken plaza. I was saying we're trying to do a lot of things that the kids don't have to be big enough to ride. Plus today was more of like a leisure day at Disney because it was just a stopover.
Charlie.
Oh, my sainted wife watching our children while I go and get popcorn. All these people are buying those AT-AT like popcorn buckets. They're just huge nerds. Anyway, you guys, what do you want to do now? Come on, wanna go get ready for the parade? All right. Getting down to the end of the day, y'all. Slight change of plans. Both kids are basically done for the night. So instead of trying to go bell to bell at the park like we had hoped, it's actually like 6 o'clock and my wife's heading back to the hotel with both kids. However, since one of our kids only eats a handful of things and we couldn't find any pretzels in Disneyland, I'm now in DCA to pick up our order from Pim's Test Kitchen. And maybe a little surprise for them when I get back too. Mission accomplished. Heading back to the hotel. Until next time, Mr. Grizzly Bear. Hi guys, I want to say thanks for tuning in again, watching us, and spending a day at Disney. I just want to touch on a couple things. Especially when you're a parent, when you come to Disney with younger kids like we do, the best advice I can give you is don't have an agenda. Our best days that we've had at the park is when we did not have an agenda. We just kind of went with the flow, because sometimes you plan too much, you get really disappointed, and you set yourself up for failure when you can't do the things you want to. So keep that in mind, especially if you have younger kids, because they act on pure emotion. They don't know exactly what's going on. They don't listen sometimes. In fact, you'll notice in this video, the second half of our day didn't have as much recording. Because I was being a dad, having fun with my kids. More importantly, they're getting in trouble a lot. When they're not listening, you gotta still be a parent even when you're making those videos and making the content. So we had to have some serious talks. Going back to the hotel a little bit earlier and bringing them back a little treat because I guess they'd calmed down a little bit. But this was just a layover trip to have fun. So we didn't take it too serious, no agenda. At least I made it into DCA before we left. All right, thanks for taking a ride with us, and we'll talk to you again soon.